1902, a small flour mill in Chattanooga, Tennessee, opened up a small bakery as a way to use up all its leftover flour. Now, they didn't have any idea at the time, but this new business would be a smash hit, and folks all across America would be over the moon about it. Nowadays, anyone with a sweet tooth has likely tried, or at least heard of, a Moonpie, the chocolate-covered cookie and marshmallow sandwich that's been around for over 100 years. And here's the true story of how it became a cultural icon. The Chattanooga Bakery first opened in 1902. It started as a way for its parent company, the Mountain City Flour Mill, to use up all its excess flour. They would send over all their extra flour, and it was up to the Chattanooga Bakery to find something profitable to do with it. So, in the early 1900s, they began churning out wafers and sugar cookies and ginger snaps, fig bars, and lemon cookies, all under the name of Lookout, as a nod to the famous Lookout Mountain in Chattanooga. Each day, the bakery would send out all of its cookies and snacks on a rolling store, or what folks at the time called a peddler truck. It would drive all over Appalachia, delivering to farms and general stores. It even made daily stops at coal mines during lunch to sell the miners these sugary snacks. As the story goes, in 1917, one day the peddler truck stopped at a general store in Kentucky. The store owner patiently listened to the sales pitch, and he examined all the products that were for sale, and let's just say he wasn't impressed, and the owner told the salesman to come back when he had something better to sell. As the salesman walked outside to leave, there were a few coal miners sitting on the porch of the store, and they gladly told the salesman what they didn't like about his products. "They're too small," one man said. "We need something that'll fill up our stomachs, because once we go down in that mine, we're down there all day, and we need a snack that'll last, and it needs to be at a bargain price." Soon, another miner spoke up. "You know what you need? You need 2 big, round graham cracker cookies, and you need some marshmallow in between, kind of like a pie, and then just coat the whole thing with chocolate on the outside." "Yeah, that's right," spoke up another man. Suddenly, one man stood up, and he pointed out at the moon in the sky, and he cupped his hands around it, and he said, "The cookie sandwich has got to be as big as that there moon." It was in this aha moment that the Moonpie was born. The bakery began churning out these new Moonpies alongside of all their other products. However, the Moonpies were flying off the shelves so fast, the factory decided to stop making every other product to focus exclusively on this new Moonpie. It wasn't long before the Moonpie became very popular throughout the South. After all, it was considered a value for the size and the cost. The original Moonpie was 4 inches in diameter, and it only cost a nickel. Some called it the working man's lunch because it was big enough for a meal. It was certainly big enough to take down into the coal mines all day. The inexpensive and filling snacks became a hot commodity for the country's working class, as well as field hands and other rural Americans. It was especially popular in the South, where they often paired it up with the RC Cola, since it only cost a nickel too. The Moonpie's rapid rise during the 1920s and 30s was just the beginning. It solidified itself as a staple of American culture during World War II, after the sweet sandwiches were sent to soldiers overseas, something that's still done in recent times. Meanwhile, on the home front, Moonpies followed workers from the South as they traveled to work up in the northern steel mills, up in Chicago and Detroit's automobile plants. By the time the 1960s rolled around, there was a new spot to find your favorite snack beyond your local corner store. That's right, the vending machine. But Moonpies ran into a problem. You see, the existing snack cake, it was too light to work in tandem with the vending machine's weight-based mechanisms. So, the Chattanooga Bakery gave the Moonpie a makeover and created the double-decker Moonpie, which featured an additional layer of graham cracker cookie and marshmallow filling. The addition of the extra layers increased the Moonpie's weight by 3 ounces, allowing it to work with the new vending machines. But that change benefited the bakery as well. The increased size of this new product spurred the bakery to raise the price of moon pies from a nickel to a dime. And within just a few years of its introduction, the double-decker moon pie accounted for nearly half of all the bakery's sales. It wasn't until the 1960s and 70s that the moon pie product really began to evolve, and they added new flavors like vanilla and banana. Currently, there are over 1 million moon pies a day that are sold in tens of thousands of stores, with added flavors like strawberry and salted caramel and orange. And you can pick up a box of moon pies at nearly any store all across Appalachia and beyond. In a strange twist, the treat became the customary item that's thrown during Mardi Gras. And in Mobile, Alabama, you can ring in the new year by watching a 600-pound electric moon pie drop from the sky. There are also several moon pie general stores in eastern and middle Tennessee where you can pick up merchandise and gifts, and heck, you might even see the moon pie memory mobile. That's right, the moon pie has become so popular that there's even an RC and moon pie festival held in Belt Buckle, Tennessee every year. The festival's held on the third Saturday each June. So, my friends, next time you find yourself in an old country store, pick yourself up a moon pie and wash it down with an ice-cold RC Cola. It's a combination that can't be beat. And it all started with a few coal miners sitting on the front porch of an old general store.